so
कोई बात नहीं. हाँ. This
Okay.
is my first time telling it to someone. It's high on chai. So basically, we're drinking tea and we are getting high on ideas.
मैं अभी पानी पी रहा हूँ चाय.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and I'm really happy to say that this is the first recording that I'm going to be doing with my friend on my show called High on Chai. So till the time we are waiting for him, I just thought that I'll just have a little bit of chat with you guys and tell you that these conversations are mere experiences which we had and nothing else. It's just to be in tune with our thoughts and the processes that we are going through. Tupperware is the go-to for Indian household. ठीक है?
कोविड नहीं होता टपरवेयर से.
Wow, that's an information I didn't know.
Marketing bro, marketing.
Hi Shubham, क्या चल रहा है?
I
क्या
am
हाल है?
good. I'm very good. How are you, Yukti?
I'm amazing. I won't say कि हम पूरे लॉकडाउन में मिले नहीं हैं because I did come near to your house somehow.
Yes. Very creepily, I
And
must say. Yeah, just kidding. Okay.
what is your, how did we meet? Who you are?
I am not aware. This girl just randomly DM me on Insta.
Oh
She was
really?
like, send notes ऐसे NOOTS करके. I was like, क्या notes? She's like, marketing notes. Just kidding. Okay. So Yukti and I were college batchmates, and as very aspiring computer science engineers, we both became marketers. That makes total sense. And
I'm not a computer science engineer. Sorry.
oh, तो वो भी नहीं है. Oh.
Like तू तो वो भी नहीं है. I'm an electronics student, guys. Yeah.
चलो. So, pretty claps for Yukti.
There.
There. That's okay. As very inspiring engineers, we became marketers, right?
Yeah.
And my story is that I started working with startups and small businesses like at the end of second year of college. And second year ke end mein, I just went to the placement department and I said, I won't take a job, so please remove my name from your list. And 2 years after that, I told my parents that I won't take a job. क्योंकि मेरे को तो allowed ही नहीं है. Yeah, so I do mainly media buying, which is like advertising. And now I've also started making like websites for businesses. So for startups, I run ads for them. And for others, like freelance projects, I make websites and stuff. So for international clients, yeah. Okay, so as a graduate of the North Cap University, currently I am working with an agency for getting international clients for them. And I freelance on the side. Doing my own web design and marketing freelance. So yeah, that's about it. In college, I worked with like 4 businesses within a period of 1.5 years, right? And I got 2 of them really good results. One of them was like a bullshit agency. So all those case studies, you can find them on my website, like what results I got them. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll link that down below. So anybody who just wants to go and check this guy out can do that. One very funny phrase that I came across, I'll just share it with you, and I think you will also laugh on this. Whenever I tell somebody that I'm doing marketing, ठीक है, तो the first reaction, the first comment that I get is, social media देखते होगे ना मतलब.
ठीक है bro,
Yeah.
ठीक है. Holds back Jat anger, yeah.
And yeah, that's about it. That's the comments I get.
Doesn't take out Scorpio from garage, but has it. Okay.
Amazing. Yeah.
Dude, मैं बोलता हूँ that I do marketing or like digital marketing. And then
Mm-hmm.
they think, अच्छा इसका scope क्या है?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, आप दिन में you're on the phone for fucking 8 hours a day. What do you think the scope is when 8 billion people are like sitting on their phones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you are using Instagram, you're using Twitter, you're looking at ads. What do you think we are doing, dude? We are getting you those ads. We are telling you कि ये market में है. What do you think we are doing? Like
Yeah,
आप
and
तो आप तो एक बार सोशल मीडिया पोस्ट डाल देते होगे ना, फिर क्या करना होता है? Like
yeah, so you do social media marketing, right? Primarily.
not no, I also do PR. So I'm like talking to clients on phone and contacted them via emails. I don't have anybody else in my marketing team right now. I am the sole person who's handling the social media as well as the emails and stuff.
That's really good
So yeah.
because there's like two aspects to that. The plus side is that you get a lot of freedom. Like if you have
Yeah.
an idea, they let you implement it without any questions, pretty much. But the negative side is you don't have someone to look up to who is experienced, right? I mean, I faced that a lot when I was the only person for a company. I was
Mm-hmm.
because we're not that experienced yet. So
Yeah.
if there was someone who was way more better than us on top of on above not on top of us, higher up the chain, we could just like go to them for some help. But that's like the interesting pro and con of being the only marketing manager.
The more the downfall of what I this is that I think that कि मेरे को ना I am that kind of a person who needs to share ideas. So when I get an idea, I need to talk about it and I need to like have a different perspective towards it.
Yeah,
So working alone towards like with that thing, I am like कि ये ठीक है नहीं है चलेगा नहीं चलेगा. So all of these things come to my mind a lot of times before implementing that certain idea that I have.
absolutely. Yeah, ये तो होता ही है. That's why I'm like a sucker for courses and mentorships, and I
Yeah.
think I've spent at least uh, if I like if I earn 2 months salary, I spend 1 month of that salary on just courses. That's extreme level. Like my sister shops on Amazon बहुत ज़्यादा, right? Too much.
Mm-hmm.
Like she had 110 orders in the first 5 months of 2020. So
Um,
because she earns a lot. So,
I
but
mean, yeah.
yeah, but I'm that way for like courses. I just think ऐसे हाँ ठीक है I'll learn दे दो give me even if I just watched 3 videos of their 50 video course, but I take the
Yeah.
course. I'm a complete sucker.
I'm a sucker for free stuff. So I find free courses. I try to apply for free courses whenever I find some. And then I'm like learning from so that person has like this email listing. Then you get on their listing and then they keep on sending you new courses.
Newsletter. Yeah.
Right. So he's like doing content writing, he's doing digital marketing tools, they like different things. So I was like, this is amazing. I'll just do free stuff till the time I get like because I'm a sucker for free stuff. So I'm like, I'm gonna use all of this. Yeah. What were you saying?
Yeah. So I was saying regarding courses, right? Here's a hack to if you buy any course, you can make 4 or 5. Let's say you pay whatever X amount, and you want to make
Mm.
like 4 times that amount from that course without even finishing the course. This is what I do, and I've done this multiple times now. So whenever you take a course, usually they make a Facebook group or some sort of group, right? And
Yeah.
in that where for a paid course they do so, you'll have other people inside that group. You can just find someone who is either who has different skills than you, or is in a different niche altogether, right? Because in marketing courses, I find people, or if maybe you have, for example, I have 2 skills I'm good at. So I'm good at like media buying as advertising, and I'm good at making very beautiful websites, right? So in any marketing course that I join, there are people who need websites usually, or I
Yeah.
can find at least 2 3 people. So
Yeah.
if not that, so I did that last night. Okay, I joined this course 1 year ago, and I was like, oh, I didn't make money from this course. So I just went there and I put a post. Hey guys, I'm looking to build my portfolio. I'm happy to build a website for like blah blah amount, right? Which is less for them, but it is like good for us. So like
Yeah.
15K, 20K is not that INR is not that much for them, but it's not bad for us. So so this one guy was like, sure, such a less amounts. And I wrote, I will make a basic website. I didn't even say I will make like a super cool website, right?
Professional. Yeah.
A good, basic, modern, clean website. That's all. Like 3 to 5 pages. That's it.
I mean,
So,
that's
and
good enough, dude.
yeah, I know. So, and in another case, what happened is that I was in a course and I found someone who has an agency for the last 3 years, and this dude is super awesome, right? He was a guest lecturer in our course. Just took one session, and he showed us his process. Like he has this client portal. Like he was a developer for Mozilla and stuff. So he's like a
Mm-hmm.
very technically sound dude and also business sound dude. So what I did was I was getting a client through like LinkedIn outreach hustle, and that client wanted two websites. One was for $500. The other was for $2,000. Okay, and
Yeah.
2,000 was a big deal. It's a bigger website also. And now I didn't know how to make these things. I was like, but yeah, sure, मैं तो कर दूंगा. So what I did was I contacted this guy from the course. I'm like, hey, I want to collab with you. I'll give you this much money. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, kiddo, I'm not that level. I don't need your money. Okay, I'll guide you for free. He like
Oh
legit
my
said no.
Lord. Oh
I told him
God.
I told him I'll give you 90% of whatever the client pays, and he said no. Okay, and it was a done
That
deal.
part.
Ganda, dude. But then I still like convinced them a lot. फिर वो finally on board आ गया. So now what
Yeah.
happened from that is एक तो like that course was for 4,000 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because वो entry level course है. But I made like 37K from that in the first week. So also this guy's process, right?
Mm-hmm.
His whole client portal and stuff. I told him you have to install that on my website. So now, like every client that I get, I have like Shubham slash client slash their name, and then they have username, password, and there's a whole portal, and it's so ultra,
Ooh.
it's so
Damn.
profesh, and I got that for free, right? So it's so cool.
Yeah.
So like
That's
network is very strong, yeah.
that's the steal that I was talking about. That's the free steal that gives you the rush of getting stuff and then learning also for free.
So this is like the hack I have for any paid course. Just use the group.
It's very good. This is
Also,
like
sorry, go ahead.
this is like something very undiscovered that you just explained in such a deep shit. Like I'm sure people don't know about this.
Right, man.
Yeah. So which software do you use to make websites? WordPress.
WordPress, dude.
But yeah, that's the amazing software that everyone is using these days.
Yeah.
So, what do you think people should be asking for, like money wise, when they're working or
In
asking
India,
clients? Yeah, let's talk about India
do
first.
you mean like as a job or what?
Like jobs have their predefined amounts for everyone whom they are hiring. So I think in that, if they want to argue, or in that, if they want to like have a
Negotiate?
debate, negotiate, then they can do it with the boss itself.
Yeah.
That is very explanatory itself. So, but in a freelancing world, people don't know how much they work.
Yeah, you're right. Even I face that issue. So one thing I do is it first of all it depends on the service, right? If it's a
Yeah.
website, then things like websites have pretty much they have like set standards. And if you're like exceptionally amazing, then you can go 4 times, 5 times that standard. But for example, in India, people are comfortable paying like even a small business owner is comfortable paying uh, 15K for a good website, even in India, right? Which is like 5 to 8 pages, and they'll pay 25K for a slightly bigger website, and then 35K goes for e-commerce websites, all built on WordPress, right? But now
Yeah.
if you want to like bootstrap and code that, the rates just become double pretty much for everything I just mentioned. And they even cross 1 lakh pretty easily if you want a really custom coded ultra like make it look like Flipkart and stuff. So but then you need more skill.
Let's not talk about coding then. Let's just stick to what marketing people or in
Yeah.
generic. Yeah.
Okay. Now for media buying, like that's my advertising and all, I have not done freelancing for an Indian client or even for what do you call an international client. I've
Mm.
consulted, and but I think if I was to go, I would charge 15 to 25K as freelancing only. Because 2 years back, right, when I was a complete noob, me and my girlfriend, we had gone to this restaurant in Gurgaon, and वहाँ पे what happened was I just started talking to the owner as the
Mm.
waiter who's the owner यहाँ पे. It was a very cool
Mhm.
cafe, very cool. And
Yeah.
he's like, the owner will be here in 2 hours. So I told my girl, like, we are here for 2 hours now. so, so then the owner came, and then I started talking to him. ऐसे ही and ऊपर से my girl was there, she's so pretty, right? तो वो owner तो वैसे ही it's like it's not like not some I'm not some like weirdo dude sitting alone, right? Okay, they're customers, खा पी रहे हैं everything. So I started talking to him, and then he asked me, "What do you do?" So I said marketing, and so he said, "Okay, I'm paying 10K a month to a guy for marketing." I'm like, "Okay, what does he do for you?" And he said, "This dude just makes 2 Facebook posts a month." And I said, "Excuse me, sir, what?" Shoot me in my head, sorry. He
My
said, "Yeah."
God.
He said, "Yeah, I'm gonna fire him." He said he'll manage my social media for 10,000 a month, and now he just posts like two, sometimes three or four, and just that. Not even like he's not even handling like Insta and Twitter and all, nothing, just Facebook, right?
Yeah, I'm surprised for the amount of posts we put up and like other things.
He said, "I'm hiring someone new. I have a budget for 25K, but I want that person to be really good and for them to manage my entire social media and whatever other ideas they have." And that time I was so noob now. He said, "Do you want to do it?" And I said no.
My God.
I said no.
Why?
I said no because I said, "Sir, I've just started learning about marketing. It's not even been like 3 4 months. I don't think I'll be able to deliver results straight away or anything. I'll get back to you once I'm better." Dude, I'm both ultra noob shit.
Got
But
it,
so
got it, got it.
my point being that you could charge 20 25K for freelancing also, because that
But
was
so
2 years ago. Yeah.
yeah, so for was he expecting you to handle his all social media accounts
I
and give
think
you
plus ads, yeah, plus ads.
plus ads? Yeah. Okay, got it.
But here's the
So
funny part. Okay,
yeah.
last finishing and touch to this. If you
No,
charge
just
20,
go ahead, do it if you want to talk. I am all for it.
cool.
Huh.
So if you're charging 25K a month, or even 25K or 20K a month, depending on how good you are, right? If you're good, you can charge
Yeah.
25K straight, like not don't go below that. Um, but I mean that for ads, for social media, you might have to like poke around and see what do people charge. So
Yeah.
So if I had to do it, and if I said, okay, in 25K, I'll do social media plus that, I can just hire someone for 7K a month to do the social media part. Like, that's not an issue. 7K, mein I find
Exactly.
someone decent, yeah. अच्छे से.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, uh, what do you think? I was thinking yesterday that we all have a brainstorming session
Mm.
for ideating parts of like if we have a point of view regarding any customer or any brand or anything, then we do brainstormings, right?
Okay.
So, do you think brainstorming sessions are a boon or a bane?
Within a team,
Could be, yeah. Let's go for it like an office setup.
absolutely. What I find is really good is that you tell people to do research beforehand and not
Yeah.
just shoot their shit at that moment, right? Because there are
Hmm.
people who are not good in a meeting who will just like open their mouth and we can do this, we can do this, and they have nothing to back it up with, right? And then here I've come with my like 4 hour of research or something, and I have something in mind which is serious. And this person might have, and maybe he says one good line in like 10 lines, and now like we have to consider that seriously. My point being that tell people to do their ideation beforehand, and then come prepared, and we'll also show who's serious about their ideas and who's just not like bullshitting. So I like that a lot.
Yeah, yeah. So, do you want to give three hacks to us, to any newbie who's going to go into marketing and who really wants to like learn?
Well, you saw my Insta post, which was top lessons from my internships, right?
I have to say this, I am the biggest fan of your Instagram posts, and I like literally share them whenever I get the time to. And I just put the link to that also down below. Just go and rate this guy, like legit, the ideas and the thought processes that you put. That is the main reason why I wanted to have this session with you, because I knew that one-on-one conversation would just flow in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like a very quick recap, and then I'll add some more points career-wise, right? Uh,
Yeah.
so, the lessons I had put in that Insta post were, if I'm not wrong, uh, sit in meetings beyond your work. I think that's the best thing I've ever done. So I used to, I was in marketing, right? But after a while, not like from the first day, after you've like settled into your role, then you
Yeah.
can start like poking the sales team, and not don't go to the sales team, go to the person above you. Like if it's a CEO, then go to the CEO that, hey, can I help with the sales team? Can I like and I was so scared that because I was 20 and these people were like 27. So I would go to the CEO, right? Can you tell Sunena ma'am that if she can be more in sync with me, and
Got
then
it. That is so
get the,
relatable.
yeah, get the permission, right? Like get some so you don't seem like a cocky asshole that this young short suddenly wants to like do everything. And yeah, certain meetings beyond your work. If
Yeah.
you're the person above you is doing interviews, or anyone is doing interviews, going for some meeting with a client somewhere, you can always ask that, hey, can I come along? I want to learn. I'll make notes or whatever. And you, why would they say no if you don't have any other important stuff to do? So because sitting in meetings of other people, you learn so much, and especially in interviews, if you can sit in interviews even for other roles, right? That's amazing. So that's hack number one. वो बहुत सारे थे यार उसमें.
I had a question about the one that you mentioned where you said that don't worry if you are coming off as a serious person who's
Yeah,
working and not
it's
having
yeah. I
fun.
just opened my post. Yeah, it says it's okay not to chill.
Exactly. Yeah, this one.
Oh my god.
I really wanted to talk to you about this one. I had a doubt.
What's your doubt? Let's just okay. So the point is that many times, especially in like startup kind of worlds or even in small businesses, they want to have like if you're if the person above you like has cigarettes, right? They want to go for like 5 cigarette breaks in a day, and or if I don't know, someone has beer, then one of my employers used to take me for a beer every like at least twice a week after work, and then we
What?
would yeah, yeah, and even if I didn't drink, right, even if I didn't drink, and then we would talk for like 1.5 hours, obviously, because you just can't like go, you can't just go drink and come back, right? You gotta talk and have
Yeah.
nacho, then have mufri and shit. So that would make so much time, like five,
Got it,
six.
got it. Yeah.
So how much? What was your question?
So my question was, acha, so you were relating it to that. So my question was that when we are in an office setting, it's usually like you take breaks in between to have, like, have coffee or just talk, go stand on a balcony. So that is for
Yeah,
you because you are like taking a break from the constant working segments that you are in.
yeah, absolutely.
Uh, Other than that, when people are just like fluttering around and like talking and like not working, that is the time you don't need to chill. So these are the two different
Absolutely.
settings. Yeah.
Yeah. That totally. That's you're absolutely right about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And people respect that person who is like super serious, right? And like you have to have that balance, of course. But
Yeah.
we had like a blog writer, I remember, in our startup, and I used to think her work is not that complex. She's a lot of amount of work, but it's not that
Yeah.
complex, right? And
Okay.
that's a bad thing to think. Later I realized no,
Yeah.
like a lot of brain goes into writing content. Yeah. So
Yeah.
but initially I had that impression, right? But she used to work so seriously. Looking at her, it would feel like CEO, but he hai. This is the girl who does the most important job at the company. And we all respected that, you know, case, don't mess with her. Yeah.
Fun fact, I got hired as a content writer only, as a content writer intern in the starting days. I also started
Awesome.
doing my internship in second year only.
Awesome.
So I wanted to ask, people are very confused about their skills all the time.
Oh,
Me being one of them, I cannot, sorry to say this out in the world, but I cannot sell myself properly. I
yeah, you
cannot.
mentioned that in chat also, right?
So it's just not me. I have had these questions from two, three other juniors as well. And I was like, dude, I can answer you, but I cannot assure you that how that goes.
So selling yourself, would you like me to uh, go in the terms of interview, or in the direction of like freelance projects and stuff?
I think freelance is more relatable. Will know how that goes. So in a freelancing world, when you are contacting a different person,
Yeah, or
like
just talking to a business person in any context. Yeah.
yeah, in general, you're talking to a CEO or a owner of a startup, and then how do you tell that person to trust you with, you know?
Right. My general formula for that is, if I'm having that conversation, uh, okay, point number one would be read the room and match their energy, right? If they're a fast speaker, I'm going to speak fast. If they're a very chill person, I'm going to be a very chill person. I mean, I'm not good at this all the time. Like, usually I'm a fast speaker and I blabber,
Yeah.
but like when it's a meeting where I have to get something, right? It's a serious thing. It's not like a normal, oh, let me have a Zoom call with my friend Yukti. It's not, versus let me talk to the CEO who might pay me. There's a very different way to it. So
Yeah.
that time matches the if they're an informal person, if they cuss, which usually doesn't happen, I'm just saying, but then I'm gonna cuss. And if they're a very reserved person, then I'm gonna be a very serious person too. So that's very important. Uh, yeah.
I
Number
guess
two
you
would be
wrote a Instagram like post about this as well. I read it, I guess.
maybe,
If
yeah,
you have,
possible.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, second would be, it's pretty
Hmm.
much asking why first. Why do you want to do this? Why? Okay. And when they open their mouth a little bit, then either you can demonstrate your knowledge by showing them what's wrong in their current strategy or what they're doing right now, or just show your knowledge with great enthusiasm. You can't be a very competent but ultra unenthusiastic person. No one's gonna buy into that. One thing I just wrote in my last post was, no one cares what you know till you show them how much you care about what you know. So let's say there's a business owner, right, and he's doing whatever 40 lakhs a month offline because of his 20-year-old family business, and you want to convince him about digital marketing, and he has no interest in that because he's already rich, right, or whatever. He's everything is going well for him. You can't be unenthusiastic about digital marketing at that point, even if you're very good. And also, let's say talking to a competent person who knows about digital marketing, then also you need to a demonstrate knowledge, b have self enthusiasm, right? And I would say overshare your knowledge and make them
Yeah.
feel like this person is so good. And you can't. Third would be confidence, right? And confidence, I'm going to break it down into a more practical thing. Confidence is transferring certainty. So when I'm in a, no matter where I am, you have to transfer the emotion of certainty to the person in front of you.
Hmm.
Even if you're not certain, even if you can't do something, we just built this house that we're living in like very recently, and the contractor for that house, right, we had talked to another contractor before that, and my mom was telling me the story of why they picked the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Because when my mom was like, okay, we're gonna break this wall and make this kitchen like this, and we want to do this, the first contractor was like, okay, maybe we can do that, okay, pata nahi, no. And the second contractor was like, yes ma'am, ho jayega.
Yeah.
Any question you do ask, so he would just be like, yep, we can do this, yep, it'll be done, yep, it can be done,
And
right? Now that's a very dumb version of the certainty part, but within an interview, the more certainty you can transfer to the other person, the better you are. Uh, that's confidence basically. And yes,
yeah.
confidence comes from competence. But even if competence was here, right, and you could transfer certainty, even if you can't do it right now, you can figure it out later, right? How to do that shit. So certainty is here. So you're gonna win compared to a person who has this competence but this certainty level. So yeah, I think those are my biggest tips for selling yourself. And third would be, if it's freelancing, then do a lot of outreach. You can't talk to like two people and then say, oh, kuch ho nahi raha. It's a numbers game,
Yeah.
and that's that.